Okay, so this is a pick card reading for how much power does daily circumstance have over your life. So, we've got group 1 is Tommy, group 2 Akaroa, group 3 Kira-chan, group 4 is Akaroa. So, just go ahead and click on the timestamps below and we will begin. Okay, so this is group 1 for how much power does daily circumstance hold over you guys. Right, so we have the Knight of Cups to start it off. So basically during your daily life, I'm not saying that you're emotionally unstable, just that it's more you get kind of worked up and emotional over most things that happen in your day-to-day life. You obviously don't show it, but certain things will frustrate you. So for example, if you guys are in like a retail sort of position or a position where you have to deal with people most of the day, you just get very frustrated and sort of wound up, but it is how you see it. So you're in your job or your school or your university for a reason, and that's what the world card is you're trying to better yourself, so you can go out there and tackle what you want to do in your life. So be it like a career, be it something spiritual, you're in there so you can like afford to do what you want to do. But over here with the Page of Swords, basically you get bored easily in work or school or your career, college, so it's like having to deal with people a lot, kind of makes you want to isolate yourself. So that's what we've got here with the Hermit card, is that you go out, you do your day-to-day thing, and then you come home and you kind of just like shut yourself off in your room and you just have your space to unwind. And it's a good thing, basically, because at the end of your work day is that you've just worked up a bit of frustration, just from having to deal with people. I'm not saying stupid people, just people that irritate you on your day-to-day basis. So you'll have someone at work or school or uni that kind of like, not saying that you don't click with them, it's just that you don't always see eye to eye. So you guys will have moments where you will get along, but then one day they'll just wind you up to a point where you're just like, you can't be bothered dealing with them. And so you come home and essentially you just shut yourself off. So it could be the same. So if you're a single parent or someone who works from home, it's the same sort of situation as well. So when the rest of the family comes home, that's when you kind of like, no, I don't want to deal with them, and you'll just hermit yourself off. But basically here, this card is the you can't see what you've got card. So you've got all these good things going on, but emotionally you just don't want to accept them right now. It's not where you want to be, so it is a little bit frustrating for you guys. But yeah, over here we've got the move and the windy. So the way that you not process, the way that you go about trying to just get rid of that sort of like negative energy is that you move around. So on your days off is that you can't stay at home, or you have to keep going. So the move next to the windy just means you have to be in constant movement. So even if you're like stuck at home on your days off and stuff like that, you'll end up picking up a vacuum cleaner or just hanging out with your pets, and you're always on the move, you're playing with them, just doing that. It's the same thing if you've got a family, like young kids and stuff like that. But yeah, so that is that. So you find that your daily circumstances are a bit of a struggle. essentially the fact that she is right there, so everything is kind of like struggling, and you often like go off into like your own little space in your head, and yeah, that's what the lucid is. It's just that dreaming, that daydreaming keeps you sane, and it's a good way to do it. But at the same time, like what you can do is more go out, socialize, seek like normality amongst friends or family that you enjoy being around. Get advice on what you guys need to do to jump over that hurdle from those friends and those families and stuff like that, and just how they process what they do when they're dealing with things that frustrate them or people that frustrate them and stuff like that. Because up there we have got the Frog Princess, so it's heed wide counsel and listen. So basically, guys, just take in some advice from those that you talk to or you are in contact with, just to help you get through your day, sort of thing. And I'll go over here. So another one to help you get through your day is remembering that you are the miracle. So it's like focusing on your own energies, how you want to project yourself or how you want to be, sort of thing. So we've got here nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. So on those days where you're feeling like more frustrated and more emotionally just at the world, if you're near a beach, go for a walk on a beach, near a park, take your dog for a walk, interact with like cats or whatever pets and stuff that you have, because they are good for the soul. Animals are essential, I think, for most people. Even if you don't have a pet, maybe your mate has a pet, that sort of thing. It's just the kindness, the loving, and everything that you get from animals. It is really, really healing. But yeah, that is you guys, group 1. Right, this is group 2. So this is how much power does daily circumstance hold over you guys. So just go over here. So we've got the lady to start with. So the lady is chariot. Sorry. So you guys are not saying in a position of higher power, so you're not exactly the boss, but you are kind of like high ranking. Where you are, could be in your family, could be in your workplace, something like where people do come to you for advice. And essentially because you've got a good grip on where you want to go and what you want to project out into the world. So down here you've got the 5 of Wands and the Page of Cups. So every day kind of does feel like a struggle. It feels like everything is like burning around and just building up. It's like it's building up towards events going fast. So I'm not saying that heaps is happening around you in your day-to-day life, but it feels like it's a bit more than what you can manage. So the Page of Cups is also just that reminder for calming yourself emotionally instead of jumping off into doing things just without thought. So it's that emotional sort of thing. So day-to-day life is busy for you guys, and you always appreciate the breaks that you can get, just to rest up and just to calm the waters and stuff around you guys. But over here, which I find is quite interesting, here you've got a King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. So if you're in the workplace or in school or uni, there will be sort of like what you call your power couple amongst your peers and stuff like that. So these are like your higher ups. These are the people that are in like authority positions above you wherever you are. So if you're a stay-at-home sort of working person, then this could be like 2 family members as well. It could be like parents or something like that, and they're quite contrasting. So the female in the relationship essentially, or is more sturdy, authoritarian, whereas dad seems like, not saying like loose, but he's kind of like, he's calm emotionally, he is balanced, he seems perfect, essentially. But he does have like, sort of like his moments where he will go off into like a rage, but apart from that, he's an amazing and awesome sort of boss sort of thing going on there. So that is day to day. But it does feel like that with those two, when they're around in your workplace or your school, or whenever you're working from home, whatever, that you feel like you're just working in their shadow, and the stuff and what they want you to achieve, it feels like some kind of just illusion. It's not your dreams that they want for you, it's what they want for you. It's not what you want for yourself, essentially. So you just constantly feel like you're in a shadow, you want to go into hiding, and everything that they're projecting onto you is just, it doesn't resonate with you at all. So causes you to have like little fits of anger moments, like where you'll like get a bit temperamental, a bit angry, and also kind of like flighty. So on your days off and stuff like that, you'll run away, essentially run to your safe haven. So it could be a mate's place, or go to the movies, arcade, doing something that you want to do. So the weekends is your time. So yeah, that's over here. It is time to become a great leader. So with that is like, I'm assuming that power couple essentially think that you've got what it takes to be really good at what you do. So they're there to support you. Maybe not what you want to do, but maybe just for now, take some of their advice to become that great leader. So for when you do go out into the world and do what you want to do, you've got that skill set behind you to help you out. Okay, and over here, to keep the body in good health is a duty, otherwise we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. So what that is to me saying with the reading, that you need to definitely have more you time and stuff like that. It's like taking that time out to recharge yourself from your day-to-day life. So even if you are busy and you've got so much going on at once, during that time of day when you are finally at home in your room, in your bed, just take a moment to breathe. There are some like techniques, meditation techniques and stuff like that, where you can just sit there and you just breathe, and it is to help calm your soul and stuff like that. And we've got care required. Guard yourself against deception and be careful of making foolish mistakes at this time. So I'm guessing this is going to refer to that power couple that I mentioned as well, is that they are trying to do what they think is really good for you to help progress you in life. But at the same time, they are really, really picky on what you do while you're at work or school or uni. Just that they're keeping a watchful eye on you. So make sure when you're doing whatever you need to do, if they ask you to do, I don't know, cash counting up tills or whatever, just double check everything. Just be really careful about making mistakes at this time. It's essentially that. So just take some care of everything that you're doing, and don't rush into it, and don't let everything that's happening at once overflow you. So yeah, that is you. Group number 2. Okay, this is group number 3. 4. How much power does daily circumstance hold over you guys? So basically at the moment you guys are working, studying, or doing something under someone who's quite an authoritative role. So it's Queen of Swords. So they are good at what they do. Not saying it's like an iron leash essentially, but they have a set way in what they want want you to act or do. So like, for example, in school, it's like teacher, possibly that there'll be that one that is always saying, you can do better than this, I want to see your full potential, that sort of thing. It's the same thing for a higher up in work and a boss sort of situation. But over here, so your daily circumstances, you've got like the Two of Cups, so there's a partnership of some kind going on there. Could be a relationship, could be a friendship, and it feels a little bit rocky, and that you guys kind of need to traverse apart for the moment. Not saying like, oh, it could also mean that you guys are planning a trip together, so it could be May, you guys want to go, I don't know, hot springs for a day or something like that. And this is your mentality in your day-to-day life when you're at work or at school, is that you guys are planning this trip or planning this like separation, just so you guys can get away from it all. So right down here we've got Page of Swords and the Star. So what that means is that I think if you're in school, there is that one person in class who is a complete know-it-all, or in uni or at work. Like they know the answers to everything, but at the same time they don't know anything. It's a Jon Snow situation essentially. They know things, but they don't know what you really need to know. So in a work situation, you might ask them for advice, and they go, oh, it's simple, it's just like this, this, and this, and then you'll relay that to the customer, and the customer will come back like 2 days later and say, the advice you gave me was actually incorrect. And it just causes you to have this mini little rage point right here. But yeah, just be wary on what you pass on to like people from this person in your life, is that their information is not always correct. They do not know everything. It's just fact checking, double checking, internet research, that sort of thing, to make sure that what they're telling you is actually correct before you pass it on to someone, a customer or something like that. With the Star there, that is the basically taking on your intuition. So when they're telling you these things, listen to your intuition, and if something feels kind of hicky or off bar about what he's saying, then definitely go out there and fact check. I am a gullible person, so this is what I have to do, essentially, for me. I mean, I didn't pick this group, but this card always resonates with me because I have to really check, because I am gullible and I take everything in, and it mentally drains me. But yeah, so just focus on there, do the research, protect yourself, even if you have to do it spiritually, like before going into work, wear whatever crystals that you need to wear, or whatever jewelry that has your personality essentially attached to it, sort of thing, and that is your strength. Over here we've got the Thunder, so that is these are your two moods during your day. It's like raw, sweet. So you have this like moment of you're trying to hang on to anger and not let it blow up at work, which is a really good thing, but then you'll go home and then you'll blow it up on someone else that you're not supposed to, and it sort of affects your day. And then suddenly after that, I mean, you feel better, but the person that you've just like let loose on, they don't. But then you become back to your like sweet little self. So just be careful on that. So we've got Gale here, so which is essentially, it's a wind card as well, so that's telling me that your day-to-day life, it feels like everything's happening really fast. Like you'll wake up one morning and go, oh geez, this is September already, or and it's just like, where did my year go? What have I done with my life? It's like everything is sort of like appeared out of nowhere, and the plans that you had for this year have kind of like just gone poof. So yeah. Up here we've got Mermaid and a Koi Pond, so rediscover your individuality, become the dragon. And yeah, ending it on the way to happiness: live simply, give much, for your life with love. So that is a way to sort of like compose yourself after the end of your day. Just remember to love yourself, sort of thing. Fill yourself with that white light energy, or with that loving energy, and everything like that. And then surprise. A disappointment will be followed by a pleasant surprise. An invitation could bring love to those searching. So if you guys are out there seeking that partnership, because we've got that Two of Swords in there, that looks like it's going to be a good wee thing for you guys. Well, it could be that trip that was mentioned earlier. So yeah, that is you. Group number 3. And this is group 4. For how much power does daily circumstance hold over you guys? And this makes me, oh, sweeties, oh dear. So we are starting out with the Lord Regent, and he is brain function moon. Right, I should remember that. So basically, in your day-to-day life, it's a lot of stuff that is going on, so it's double-sided, so from small things to big things in your day-to-day life. And not saying you guys are gullible, but you have issue on trying to figure out what is real and what isn't. But it's making you feel like you're sort of in the dark kind of place at the moment in your day-to-day life. If people are going to ask you to make decisions at the moment, do be wary, trying to just figure out what you can do and what you can't do with it. It's basically don't put yourself in any situations that you don't feel comfortable in. But yeah, that's kind of sad. Sorry, didn't mean for this one to be a bad one. But yeah, day-to-day life for you guys, and you've got the 8 of Wands, so that is events moving fast in your day-to-day life. It means that you are go, like constantly going. Like you're always on the move. So maybe you work in as a courier or something along those lines, taxi driver, during the weekends, I don't know, over those drunken periods. It's constant, and it's movement, and you are exhausted. So, but with the Chariot down here, it's just basically telling me you need to be able to like control your speed, and I know things need to be done by a set period of time, but you've got to make sure that you've got both hands on the wheel as you're going. It's just focus. It's a lot of focus. It's exhausting, but when you guys get into the right swing of things, it brings like a whole new ability to control your daily life sort of thing. So you guys will start like having like a lot of things happening at once, and you feel like it's just overpowering you. And the thing is, don't make any decisions right now. What you might need to do is seek some form of counsel from like bosses, schoolmates or stuff, someone higher up in the peer sort of chain, just to consult before you have to make any decisions. Because down here we've got the financial sort of thing going on there. So that is keeping books, keeping records of everything that you do in your day-to-day life. So maybe you are an accountant, and so it feels like you're just filling in books all day, and the same sort of thing if you're a taxi driver, Uber driver, if you own a job that has money coming through and that you have to keep a balance of the money, but the day is so busy that you can't really sort of focus to do like your best. So you'll be given like on the spot sort of choices that you'll have to like call up your boss and say, hey, this and this has happened, can I do this? Yes, no, da-da-da. That sort of situation. Next to it, so I have to shuffle around, we've got the Ace of Cups. And so during the middle of your day, you tend to feel like your emotions are just overflowing. It is a very exhausting job or school or whatever it is that you guys are doing right now. So some control, just to be able to emotionally hold you off. But then like by the time the afternoon comes around, you've got yourself in that dreamlike state. So you remind yourself of your dream, and this is why you're doing it, to work towards that sort of dream there. And then basically at the end, you've got the freeze. So this is the learning to freeze those emotions that have become overflowed over here. It is a struggle, but then you have to remember that you are swinging towards your own little goal sort of thing. And then up here, and then there's more frozen emotion. So just remembering during your work day or school day or uni day that you have to keep freezing your emotions for when you finally get home. But things seem to be like hitting you at work or school, wherever you are. It's just exhausting, like emotionally it is exhausting. And the problem with that is when we got up here is the unending sadness of looking back. Endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, negative nostalgia. So during most of your days is you kind of end up reliving the things that you've done wrong throughout that day or throughout that week, month, and it will affect your mood. And so like when you'll get given these tasks to choose between or what to do in a certain situation, that this stuff just happens to you. It really happens to you, and you're just like not put in a good headspace essentially, which is super sad. But over here, just remember, have compassion for all beings, rich and poor alike. Each has their suffering. So even though you might be suffering right now, you just remember that someone else out there is suffering more. I know it sounds like kind of that thing, but what you can do is reinvent yourself. A transformation is taking place. Enjoy a new lease of life. So what you're going through at the moment in your day-to-day life is helping you to reinvent yourself, figure out how you want to be towards people. Just remember that you've got to put that good energy out into the universe in order to receive the good energy back. So yeah, this is you guys, group number 4.